Hello and welcome to another TokyoTreat character design video where today I'm going to be designing a swimming suit for every snack in this box. If you don't know what TokyoTreat is, it's a monthly subscription box for Japanese snacks. You can follow the link in the description to get your own and support this channel. Thank you so much to TokyoTreat for sending me this, and let's get into it because I cannot wait to eat these snacks and design some swimsuits. So it looks like the first swimsuit we're going to design is based off of these. Koi Keiya Scone Rich Corn Flavor Snacks. Japan loves their corn, and these definitely taste like corn-flavored Cheetos. Crunchy kind. I put the most effort and thought into this swimsuit, more than the other characters. I don't know, I guess I just really felt this particular character. So I started off by thinking about what I wanted the base of her swimsuit to look like, and being corn, I thought it was obvious that the base of this one-piece swimsuit would be a sort of corn pattern. I also thought it would be cute to give her, cornrows because it's a corn snack. I'm sorry, it's a very bad pun. I also gave her this cute head wrap that kind of looks like the ears of a corn, and also the shawl that goes around her waist can also be the green of ears of corn. So I was very happy with the entirety of this design, and like I said, this is probably the most well thought out design out of all these characters. I love her. She's the best. And a common theme throughout these is that I didn't want to give a light-skinned person a light swimsuit, so I made her dark-skinned so that the swimsuit would pop off of her skin. It looks nice. The next swimsuit will be based off of these. Melon cream soda chips? What? Oh my god, opening the bag, I am blasted with a melon candy flavor, and surprisingly, it's not bad for a melon flavored potato chip. For this character, I was getting a lot of round vibes because potatoes are round, melons are big and round, so I wanted to make this character a little more on the curvy side. I also wanted to incorporate those potato chip sort of texture things, so I thought it would be kind of cool to give a layered, sort of scale type of bathing suit. I think this is common for mermaid sort of bathing suits, but because they are potato chips, I thought it would kind of represent those potato chip layerings as scale sort of things. I don't know. Her hat is based off of a melon, so it's very round, and I gave it those little hatch marks like melons are often represented with because it's got sort of checky pattern to a melon. And I gave it a green ribbon because I wanted to give that sort of green color into this illustration somehow. Potato chips are very yellow and light, so I gave her dark skin to contrast the swimsuit. And I sort of made the scales a variety of colors so that it incorporated the potato chip and the melon. Overall, I think she's pretty cute. Next is this cheese snack. She's Zach. Who's Zach? Oh, that is a cool cat. Wow, the appearance of this guy. What is this? Oh wow, it's a very dense and very cheesy flavored snack. So I was inspired by both the cheese flavor and the shape of the snack. So the shape of the snack reminds me of a tube sort of thing. So what I think about are those pool noodle things. The ones that you can smack people with or blow water out of the tubes. So I thought I would create a character sort of floating on one of those tubes, but I was also inspired by how cheesy that snack was. So I gave her a sort of mousy look to her face. And I wanted to make her a sort of mousy brown skin tone, but I didn't want to make her too weird of a skin tone, so she's just a little tan with brown hair. But I think her face is very mousy looking, which I think is pretty cute. As far as her swimsuit design goes, I kept it pretty simple, so we have the triangle top, which is very cheese looking, and I gave it a yellow color with orange spots, which, like I said, represents cheese. Overall, I think she is very cute. Next snack will be this Ikinari Dango Kit Kat, and the packaging is so adorable, oh my gosh. This Kit Kat has a very interesting smell and taste, but it doesn't taste bad. So with this character design, I was more inspired by the actual food that the snack was based off of rather than the actual Kit Kat itself. Granted, I guess you could say that I took the layers from the Kit Kats, but I took the color and everything basically from the Ikinari. But whatever, I like this character. So I wanted to create this character as a very pale character because those Kit Kats were covered in a sort of white chocolate color. But inside the Kit Kat, it was supposed to represent an Ikinari, which is a mochi filled with sweet potato and red beans. So I thought I would make this old man's suit a fully covered suit because Ikinari is completely covered with this mochi, so it sort of represents this one-piece old-fashioned suit with red stripes, which represent the red beans. He's a cute old man, and I absolutely love him. You gotta represent those old men. Swimsuits can't all be sexy ladies. Our next swimsuit will be based off of this salty seaweed stick potato snack. I love these little guys, they're so cute, and it's a good salty snack. I had a lot of fun with this character based off of these very thin snacks covered in seaweed. That is the base of this character. So I wanted to create a very thin character because these potato snacks are very thin. And I had him covered in seaweed as if he were chasing his little sister and the little sister was all freaked out by the slimy seaweed. But it just made sense. It's a seaweed flavored skinny potato snack. He's covered in seaweed. He's chasing after her holding a piece of seaweed. And it's just very adorable. I absolutely love this little kid. Though I have to say, I think I made the skin tone just a little too yellow. He kind of looks sickly. But I really wanted to represent those potato sticks, which are very yellow looking. So if you compare it to the snack, it's not a bad skin tone, but as a person, he looks sickly. But I love him and I think he represents this snack very well, plus his very skin-tight swim shorts represent the seaweed and yellow snack as well. This next snack is yogurt flavored Ginza Ruff. Personally, I love these little sweet Cheeto things Japan puts out, so I'm a fan. So this snack was one of the hardest ones I had creating a swimsuit after, but I basically just designed it after a white square, as the snack is just a white square. So this character is very shapely, and I thought it would make sense to have this character's legs very close together because that would make the swim trunks a square shape, sort of, right? I don't know. Either way, this character is a very old man. His swim trunks are hiked up to past his waist, and he's flexing. He's trying to impress the ladies. And while I was coloring this character, I ran out of skin tone, and I kind of panicked because the next color I mixed wasn't quite exactly the same skin tone as I had colored the rest of the body. But then I decided if I made the entirety of his head a sort of red color, it would look like he was blushing. And because he's already flexing, it looks like he's trying to impress some ladies and blushing. So that is that. Swimsuit will be based off of this Popsicle DIY kit. It's a strange DIY, but it tastes pretty good. Whoa, they were not kidding when they said it leaves a cool sensation in your mouth after you eat it. Whoa. So this character was a little hard as well to develop. I had two colors, blue and pink, to base off of, and the shape was square. They weren't particularly inspiring, so I decided to go with a melty character because popsicles melt in the summer. So this character is very sweaty and melty, and she's eating a popsicle because sometimes when you're lacking inspiration, you just go for a more literal idea. Which is fine because I absolutely love this character. So the idea behind her is that she is partially pink, and the blue part of her is her outfit and her hair. Something I really love to illustrate, but I have only done it once in my life, is giving characters a sunburn. When you see that border between non-sunburned skin and sunburned skin with watercolor, it just looks really cool and it's very fun to do. So the pink from the candy is her skin, the blue is her outfit, and she is sweaty and melting like a popsicle in the summer. I love her. But also I feel so bad for her. Next is a classic TokyoTreat snack, Tonkatsu Sauce Umaibo. Oh boy. It's a little destroyed, but I think the flavor is probably one of the least offensive flavors of Umaibo. Not bad. So this character design is, I think, very creative and I'll admit was unintentional at first. So with Umaibo, they are these sort of tube-shaped Cheeto things. So I wanted to recreate that tube by stacking inner tubes, or these pool ring sort of floaties. But as I created this character, I thought of the clever idea of creating him as the Umaibo and the inner tubes being the packaging of the Umaibo. So the character itself isn't very Umaibo looking. He has brown hair and his skin is a skin color. So it's not very inspiring, but the snack itself is just this brown Cheeto looking thing. So there wasn't too much to base off of it. The real inspiration came from the packaging around the character, which was red, yellow, and blue. So you can see he's wrapped up in this packaging. He's the snack itself, and I love that about this character. But also, poor guy, did he get ambushed by some kids he was babysitting? Who knows? But good luck to him. Our next snack is Doraemon Gummies. These little guys are definitely great flavored and they have cute emotions on them too. So there were two main inspirations from this snack, and the first one was that it was a clear gummy, and the second one was, of course, it's a cat. So I definitely wanted to make a cat swimsuit because I love cats and that's adorable. I love animal-shaped things, and I definitely wanted to include another pool inner tube thing because I wanted to play around with that clearness, because a lot of summery pool wet things are see-through, like a gummy, like an inner tube. So this character is basically like a little toddler who is cheering on their little brother who's like, hey, let's go throw water balloons at grandma. And the kid's like, that sounds like a bad thing, but okay, let's go. So this little girl is gung-ho, but also sort of questioning her little brother's motives of attacking grandma with water balloons. But she wants to impress her brother, but she wants to impress grandma. She's conflicted. And that's that character. This is Kakigori Ramune candy. It's a sweet and crunchy candy. So this character is more based off of the actual visuals of this candy rather than what this candy is based off of, which is shaved ice. These little candies were a cute pastel pink and blue, and they were very round, so it made me think of bubbles. When I think of summer activities, one of the things is blowing bubbles for some reason. I don't know why, because you can blow bubbles whenever. So I took that round inspiration and really incorporated it into this character. So she is floating on bubbles and there are bubbles around her, and she's holding a bubble blower sort of little thing. And her hair is tied up with two little ball things. Things! The inspiration of this character is clearly things. A common theme throughout a lot of these is that I put polka dots on the swimsuit because I don't know what to put on swimsuits. Polka dots. Polka dots are cute, right? Overall, I'm really happy with how this character turned out, despite the inspiration being things. Our next swimsuit is going to be based off of this cream rusk. I always love how these little guys look like a little piece of cake, and they taste good too. So I really need you guys to channel your inner maturity because this one's going to be a doozy. So the snack this character is based off of is basically a little piece of cake that is iced. So when I think white, I think sunscreen. So this character has sunscreen on her. I realize it's not going to look very sunscreen. So work with me and let's be very mature about this one. I wasn't feeling very inspired for her swimsuit because the snack is just brown overall, so her skin is light like the inside of the cake, and her hair is a darker brown like the outside of the cake, but I didn't want to make the swimsuit just another brown, so I made it yellow because the cake is sort of yellowy. And then I just put blue and red spots on it to match with the sunscreen bottle because I was very uninspired by this character. I thought the sunscreen being the icing was a very clever concept, but it was kind of perverted, so overall this character was kind of a failure. Sorry, girl. Our drink of this box is Pepsi J-Cola Midnight. It tastes like Pepsi with a very, very small hint of grape. I'm more of a Coke gal. If you thought the last character wasn't very inspired, I was going to say inspired and inspirational at the same time. This character is even less so because I had a really good pose for her and I thought I started off really well, but as far as the color goes for the swimsuit and her hair, everything just got kind of muddied together and she ended up being pretty uninspirational, or uninspired, if you will. This character was very purple based because the drink itself, Pepsi, is very dark, so I gave her a very dark skin tone. But it being a sort of grape flavor, I wanted to get some purple in there because grapes are purple. Her swimsuit is going to fade from a darker purple to a very light purple to, I guess, represent the fizzle of soda. Because soda is very dark and the bubbles get very light, I thought that would represent that, but overall she was just kind of a sad, dark mess. But that's okay. We can't all be winners. Next we have these Meiji Takenoko no Sato cookies and cream. These little guys are stinking adorable and they taste good too. This is another one of those very literal characters in the sense that she is holding a cookies and cream ice cream cone. But that is fine overall. I kind of like her design even though it's very simple. So I wanted to play around with the fact that this snack has a darker base and it's covered with a lighter chocolate color, a white chocolate. So I gave her a two-piece to represent those two different components, and I also wanted to represent that in her skin tone. So I gave her a lighter skin tone base, and then later on I give her a very tanned skin tone, similar to the previous girl who had a very sunburned skin tone. But hers isn't burnt, it's just brown to represent the fact that maybe she plays outside a lot. So her lighter skin is the cream, and her darker skin is the cookies. Her swimming suit also represents the cookies and cream because the bottom is black and the top is white with black speckles. Overall, she's pretty simple, but I think she's a cute character design. And last but not least, we have these Happy Turn Soy Sauce Cheese flavor. All right. Whoa, these are by far my favorite snack in this box. They are really good. I'm also just a sucker for rice crackers. The main inspirations from this snack were the color and the shape. So the shape really reminded me, if I'm going to think about summer, of a surfing board. And the skin color I got from the color of the snack. It's sort of a browny, orangey, yellowy color. So I thought about tans and surfboard. So you put those together and you get a surfer dude. So I wanted to make a really buff character because during my hashtag draw this in your style video, I talked about how I really enjoyed drawing that buff dude and I wanted to do it some more. So this was, of course, the perfect time to make a buff dude. But as far as inspiration goes for the actual swimming trunks, I wasn't really picking up anything from the snack, so I had to resort to the packaging of the snack. There was a lot of purple and yellow in the packaging, and in the little clear packets, it was a sort of reddy purple color. So I thought that would be perfect to make his swimming trunks and his surfing board yellow and purple. So I just put some stripes on there and kind of kept it simple for our final character. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this TokyoTreat character design. Don't forget to check out the link in the description if you want your own TokyoTreat and to support this channel. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much to all of my patrons, including Michael Young, Zach Abstract, Shelby, Megan, Chris Side, Davey Tomato, Cool Guy Josh, Mina Blix, Hey Lucy, Eddie, Mackenzie, Maureen A, Pie, Loganites, Drizzle, Pencil Art Madness, Cindy J, TJ Dutch, Star, Kylie Perry Buck. If you want a shout out at the end of my videos, access to my sketchbook, coloring pages, and more, become my patron by clicking the link in the description. Thank you all so much for the support. Bye!